For any listeners out there that enjoy our podcast and want to show some support, you can donate to us on PayPal to tinisinpodcast@gmail.com. All donations go to charity. There's also a link in the description to a donation page that goes more in detail about where we're donating to and what this podcast is all about. Any amount is appreciated. Hope you guys enjoy the episode.
He could.
And they're in New York. So
it's New York.
Wins, it's the
you get all that attention, exactly. And if you do good there, these New York fans, they chanted MVP for Michael Beasley last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone could get the MVP chant.
The love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gonna shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. Hated the love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gonna shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Welcome to the Tinisin Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Kondraki. It's my co-host, Connor Rondano.
Yep, that's me. What's going on, guys? I'm Connor, obviously. We'll be going over a few different things in this video.
Yeah, like what's going on in Minnesota and the Jimmy Butler fiasco.
It's a mess.
Yeah, and the NBA preseason, what we're excited about for the season that just kicked off. Some things that disappointed us. Probably make some predictions about the finals.
Yeah, to go over all of that, we're really excited for the beginning of the NBA season. Yeah. There's a lot of players that have surprised us or maybe haven't surprised us. We'll be going over all of that. All new players, rookies, all that.
And go over some fun teams to watch for the season. So you don't accidentally watch two teams that are tanking and then hate the NBA.
Yeah, there's always good games to watch. You should always look for them. Not even the best teams necessarily, just fun, dynamic players.
Just don't watch the Warriors, though, because they already won their first game, and fuck the Warriors.
Sean, everyone's going to want to watch the Warriors.
Fuck the Warriors.
Nah, come on, man.
Alright, besides hating on the Warriors, how everyone hates them, and only bandwagons watch
Jimmy
them.
Butler. We're going to talk about him.
Yeah, that action that's going on there.
Down in Minnesota, we got a lot of drama down there. Jimmy Butler hasn't been there long, kind of stirring things up before the season is starting.
He's telling teammates that they fucking suck and I can beat you with third stringers. And
he did it. He did it. My man's a beast. He beat Andrew Wiggins
and Towns with third string. And he told the GM right to his face that you can't win without him.
You know, honestly, after watching him or seeing him beat the team with third stringers, I believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, how did you let that happen if you're Towns or Wiggins?
That's so embarrassing. That's so bad, honestly. But he started doing all this talking. He just thinks he's working the hardest, and he probably is, but he thinks his teammates aren't living up to their expectations. They're not working as hard.
It's been entertaining, but I don't think he's been doing it a good way to help the team.
Yeah, that's not the best way to fuck you, coach.
Yeah, exactly. They just lost their first game as well, even though they were saying that, oh, we're going to be ready for the opener and we're going to make all the noise go away because it's time to just win.
Yep, so after all Butler's encouragement to his teammates didn't work.
Yeah, they already lost to DeRozan and the Spurs.
That's not a bad team though. So you got to give him some space to wiggle around there.
Yeah, the Timberwolves are idiots though. This probably would have never happened if they didn't sign Andrew Wiggins to that huge contract. He definitely hates Wiggins and his brother too. His brother's trying to make Wiggins beef with Steven Jackson.
You're like, who is his brother? And now Steven Jackson's just gonna shit on
He's
him.
a roasting. Like, if Steven Jackson actually sees Wiggins in person, oh my God. Wiggins will just instantly die.
I feel bad for Wiggins.
He won't even have a chance. I don't know what he's doing. He called Steven Jackson a no-name that no one that's never done anything. But if you think about it, Wiggins hasn't really done anything either. So
he really hasn't.
Max contract,
and he won't be for a while.
Yeah, so trash. And he's about to get beat up.
Yeah, to have a shitty career and then get beat up. Oh man, that's rough.
Getting more serious though. Do you think Jimmy Butler is going to be traded before the deadline, or
held on to? You know, I'd like to say be held on to. I'd like for him to be held on to because I really want the Knicks to acquire.
If he didn't get injured last year, they were gonna be the 3rd seed.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
So they could hang on to him, but I definitely don't think so because I don't.
But do you think they could get rid of him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it won't be the best deal, but it'll be something.
It'll be something, but they could just. They could ride.
I mean, he's really not coming back next year.
Yeah. Either way, that's true. Either way, he's not coming back. I guess you could get a season out of him, but like you said, they're not going to really get too much for him anyways by the time that's...
Maybe if they think they could win it all, but...
Nah. That's not happening.
The problem for them is, though, no one wants to trade for him because people just want to sign him in the offseason.
Yeah, it's...
Like the Knicks.
I really hope they get him once again. I really do.
If the Knicks actually do end up with him, that'll be such a smart move not to have traded for him.
Oh yeah,
they could probably get him right now.
Yeah,
just trade some young player.
Yeah,
best offer they get.
Exactly. Teams don't want to trade away players. They honestly, a lot of them, unless it's a team like maybe even the Rockets per se, like a team that needs some sort of player of that caliber to maybe help them win a championship. But
I was gonna say, on the other hand, the Rockets. They're looking pretty good right now. Maybe if the Wolves start sucking, and then
you want that?
No
to
one's
happen?
Trading for them.
You want that?
Yeah.
Do you have much to give up though?
Eric Gordon, a 1st-round pick, a late first. So
wow.
Like the bottom end of the 1st round, and Eric Gordon, and some throw-ins,
and just go all out this season.
Yeah, and just it's all for this season. This season or nothing.
Exactly. See, a team like that, that's the only way that the Wolves could get rid of him is if a team like that comes along and wants him by that deadline.
Because honestly, if the Rockets don't win it all this year, I mean, their chances are just going to get lower and lower each year because Chris Paul is getting older. So they might as well just throw it all in for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's true. That he is getting older, and the Warriors aren't going to age as fast. Their players are freaking god tier. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do you think that trio on the Rockets would be better than the Warriors trio?
Or honestly, yeah, because I'd like to say yes. It just there's more diversity there to be honest. Harden, I really love Harden, and Chris Paul did awesome last season. I think he'll be able to match that this season. And then with Cat coming in, that's just a completely different player. I think they could outplay the Warriors and beat them in a 7-game series.
Yeah, it'd be a fun series. Yeah. But then it really would be just 2 teams again.
Yeah, honestly, 2 teams, and then whoever wants to lose to them. And yeah, yeah, you're right. The Celtics. Now the Celtics have a legit shot as well. But going back to the Timberwolves, I mean Butler. I mean they all kind of just like took a step back and said, let's just go full out this season. Like they kind of have to at this point. They can't go into the season arguing with each other and causing all this drama and whatnot. They need to go out there and win, and that's exactly what Butler said.
If you're a team was thinking about trading for him, though, he might have hurt his trade value by saying all this shit. Like,
yeah, that's not, like you said earlier, that's not a good way to influence your players. If that was the true motive there, like, you're pissing your players, you're pissing them off.
In one way, it's good because he's so competitive, but another way, it's like, can you really find teammates?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's competitive. I rather have a guy who will lead you all instead of telling you guys you're bad.
That's like some Jordan stuff, but then Jordan was the best player ever. So.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, he had that. But then again, Butler, he took the third stringers and
scraped sauced on them.
Yeah. So that's he proved his point. He got it out there. Maybe it will motivate his teammates, but it just wasn't a good way to approach it because now there's all this crap, and then they lost their first game, which is amazing.
They'll still be good this year, though. Waiting to trade him, probably. However, if I'm a Clippers or a Nets, I definitely trade for him because they're not going to get him in free agency.
Yeah, for real. The Knicks, like, I'm not just saying this, they are the favorite to get players like Butler and or Kyrie in the offseason. Yeah,
because any team that could get would have the space for 2 like big contracts, max contracts, it could easily sway Butler and like another star player, and all of a sudden they'd have a pretty nasty team.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to that.
But like if you're a shitty team like the Nets, you gotta go for it because then
real.
you'll already have Butler.
Yeah,
but like I doubt like he'd want to sign with the Nets if like just in free agency. It'd probably be like the Knicks or the Clippers, like in LA.
He could honestly sign with the Knicks. They're not bad. They're promising, and then because they might pull in other players like Kyrie. Not just saying that.
Kyrie, Butler, and Porzingis.
That turns your
because you have Porzingis on a rookie contract
still, which is amazing.
Yeah,
but it's really funny because you're really hoping that Butler gets traded, and I'm really hoping they hold on to it.
Yeah,
but yeah, both of those situations are really realistic, and it's just what the Wolves can do.
It's crazy though because in the playoffs, Karl-Anthony Towns was not playing as well as he should have, but he was a beast in the regular season, and then now I don't even know what to think of him because he's such a monster, but Butler's telling him right to his face that he's sucking it up.
Butler just comes in here and he just shows him up. He shows him who's good and what's happening. And I love Cat. He was good. He could do a lot.
The real question is though, is Steven Jackson gonna sneak up on Wiggins during the season?
Yo, that man will give him the sauce. Oh my gosh. Andrew Wiggins should just shut up.
Bro, I'd bet money on that. I'd bet money on like Steven Jackson like
popping out to a game, getting like sideline seats.
Like jumping him on the way to the locker room or something.
Facts, imagine.
Too good.
Yeah, so Andrew Wiggins, if you're listening, please just shut up.
Yeah, play better.
Play better. Work harder. Just listen to Butler.
Learn how to score efficiently, bro. Learn how to play defense.
Yeah, facts.
You can be better on defense than Butler. You're like terrible.
Yeah, get motivated.
Moving on to what we saw in the preseason, there were a lot of younger players that really showed promise. Was there anyone that you got pretty excited about?
Well, I mean, I've been watching my Knicks closely, and I'll start with Kevin Knox. I know you have a few names in mind as well. He did pretty solid in the summer season. He was putting up 15, 20 points a game for the most part, and I really like how he played. He's like a very diverse player. I love him as a forward. He could shoot the ball, he could drive, he could dunk, he could do it all, and he'll get a lot of playing time this year, I believe, on the Knicks.
He's if he develops, he's gonna be really good.
I think he'll have that time. Yeah, like he'll have room to develop. He's not on like a great team or like he's only in for like a little bit of minutes.
It's good that he's on a bad team.
Yeah, no, it's good for him.
Get a lot of experience.
He'll get plenty of experience and he'll learn from that.
And he can play with Porzingis too, so he has a good player.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, he also has. Yeah, exactly. He has a good player to be after. And then we got DeAndre Ayton, the first pick in the draft. I know you've been keeping an eye on him. How do you feel about him?
He's a beast. I mean, I didn't really think too much about him coming out of college because his the main thing that people were selling with him was that he's this great post player and stuff. And I didn't think the NBA is moving kind of away from posting up. But now, honestly, seeing him dominate like he has, and even winning the first game of the season just now and putting up those numbers.
It's impressive.
Yeah, he's a beast. Like, the only thing I'd be concerned about is if he's able to switch onto guards, because that's like the big thing now. As a big, you have to be able to do on defense, be able to go on a pick and roll and then switch onto a point guard and be able to like guard them for like 5 seconds or so. But also seeing like how the Pelicans played last night and crushing my Rockets make me cry.
That was
like
awful.
Posting up, honestly, because there's so much switching on defense. Posting up is actually like a extremely valuable skill, because if you got this smaller player on you and you got this beast of a center, just give him the ball down low. He's scoring it like every time.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis
and that's
exposed
what he did.
us.
Yeah, he dominated. Gotta like that.
Another guy that I really like, even though he sucked it up yesterday, Luka Doncic. Man, it's filthy. I think it's like
He could almost do it all in a way. And
yeah,
like,
he really can. I mean, he's a 6'8" point guard. He can shoot.
Yeah, point guard, 6'8". Just think about that for a sec. And he could shoot, and obviously he could drive and bring it to the rim, and he'll get rebounds. He could do it all.
He's like a slower White Harden, but righty version.
Righty version.
Spanish.
I actually kind of like the lefty shot though, but righty version.
Yeah, lefties look smoother.
A lot smoother, to be honest.
But I really like Luka just because of I just personally like great passers, and I want to see them be good because it's fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got Trae Young. He had so much hype going into this draft. Do you have any like particular thoughts on him so far?
And he's just a guy that people are really trying to label him like right away, but
yeah, the next Steph Curry.
But he's 19 and he's like 130 pounds. Like he's gonna need time.
Yeah, he really
like
does.
That kind of player. Steph Curry wasn't a god in his first season at all. It took him like a long time to become what he is now.
Yeah, and everyone joined him because of how great he became. But he did hit Trae Young did hit a game winner in the summer league. He did put up pretty decent numbers.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. Any of these rookies, if you think about it, some will make like a big impact right away, like Aiden, but they need time to develop, and because they're only like 19 and 20 right now, like they're not going to be.
Yeah, as of now, even on like the Hawks, he'll get plenty of playing time, but he's still not like the best player on that team.
Jeremy Lin's the best.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Jeremy Lin is doing godly in the preseason.
I don't even know if that team has the best player, but
Jeremy Lin. Linsanity. 6th man of the year.
6th man. Are you really? You're calling it now?
No.
I'm taking your word on that. You can't take it back.
No.
Sean plays like Jeremy Lin.
Nah. Chill. Chris Paul, you know.
It's not Chris Paul.
New York Jeremy Lin.
New York Jeremy Lin. Yes, I love New York Jeremy Lin. Now you can forget about Jeremy Lin.
Nah, we'll never forget about Jeremy Lin. Greatest player ever.
Insanity. R.I.P. Anyone else you have in mind in particular while we're on this?
I was gonna say no one else, but Wendell Carter Jr. is also a pretty good center for the Bulls. He's got a lot of potential, and he's kind of a snag. He wasn't like a top 5, top 10 pick. He's pretty nasty. The Bulls are trash though. Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine. They have that white man. I forget his name.
Oh yeah, Lauri Markkanen. Yeah.
He'll actually be good in a few years.
Him and Wendell Carter Jr. could be nice.
They actually could be nice. But as of now, they're trash. Like, we're not even going to talk about them much.
Yeah, I don't think this might be the only time we'll mention the Bulls all year.
Except for when the Knicks scrape them.
Yeah, or something like that. Zach LaVine's their best player. He's still kind of trash.
Yeah, facts. He won a dunk contest, but he didn't really
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the highlight of his career, by far, in my mind.
He's like Vince Carter never knew how to score. Moving on to teams that, not just players, or is there any player, actually staying on the topic, is there any player that like kind of disappoint you in a way? It doesn't have to be a rookie or anything.
Disappointments?
Or just did bad in the preseason. You didn't really expect it.
I don't think any players really underachieved too much. I don't really have anyone in mind that I could think of right now.
For me, Ben Simmons is...
You think?
Disappointed me a little bit. Not because he's not good or anything.
You just expected more?
No, he's really good. And the Sixers are going to be probably the 3rd seed in the East.
Yeah, they will.
But Kobe told him to develop a jumper. What did this man do? Not develop a jumper. Didn't even try.
He did. He looked pretty good in the first game of the season.
He's going to be good, but I don't think the Sixers are going to win anything until this man tries to shoot.
And by the way, if you watched that game against the Celtics, Joel Embiid just got completely trashed on. Like, he got put in like a quote unquote poster. He got sauced on by Tatum, Jaylen Brown. It was bad.
Yeah, Tatum's a beast. Tatum's like what Ben Simmons should be trying to do.
Yeah, I was just about to say
shoot.
that. Yeah, Tatum has that ability that separates him.
It's just because like you can be good in the regular season and all, but when you face like the Celtics or the Raptors, they're just gonna make him shoot, and he's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, he really won't.
So it's just frustrating.
I think you'll see him make more shots. As
He'll
the
probably
season
shoot some like
progresses.
mid ranges or something, but I don't know. I feel like he could put more work into it, or at least change up the form, like Kobe said. Like when Kobe was like telling Tatum what to do, Tatum was like, "Oh man, what great advice! I'm gonna like take this to heart." And then Kobe does the same for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is like, "Nah, fuck you, Kobe.
Yeah.
I do it my way. You're never right."
Facts.
Now, moving on to teams that are not necessarily the best,
Fun to
but
watch.
yeah, what our picks are for teams that you should be watching to actually have fun this season. Because you know the postseason, you pretty much know what's going to happen. So
Yeah, for real. It's
you
just
gotta,
those
it's the
few
first
teams.
82 games. That's what you got to be focused on.
And a few of these teams that we have in mind could honestly, like, they won't be the best. But they have some players that are fun to watch. They'll make highlight reels and whatnot. But who's your team, Sean?
For most fun to watch this season, I got the Lakers.
All right.
Because they got LeBron, and at first nobody knew if LeBron was going to try to play fast because he had a young team that wants to play fast, but it's LeBron, and wherever LeBron goes, you do what LeBron says.
Yeah. LeBron's
on the Cavs, the Cavs were like so unenjoyable to watch because they just played slow, and LeBron was like doing his own thing. He was being the coach. But now Luke Walton is getting him to run plays and like getting him to move off the ball and not just like stand around if he doesn't have the ball. It's like incredible, and they're playing super fast. So it's almost like watching Magic, like a godlier Magic, but with garbage teammates.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best player in the league with a bunch of good guys that are willing to get better, and they will under him. So that'll be really fun to watch.
Yeah, that's definitely a team. That's not going to be like anything special, but I mean, you got a lot of young guys who you could get excited about, like Brandon Ingram, and they play super fast. They're definitely going to get a lot of highlights, and just some of like the passing that they've done is like almost Warriors or Spurs level. It's like all of a sudden
it is.
They're like a godly passing team.
Yeah, they're just messing. They're just great play all around.
Crazy, because a big critic for any LeBron team is that it just like the only time they're passing the ball is when LeBron's passing the ball, and like you can almost like count that against him towards his GOAT status. But now that actually have a team with a ball movement, oh man, never seen that before.
And you got LeVar Ball. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, and you got LeVar, greatest of all time,
greatest of all time. Don't even question that.
Yeah, this man made Earth.
It's been around forever. Let's see. My team would be honestly the Knicks. I really like watching them play. Not just because I'm a fan. Not. Hey, I'm not favoring them. I'm trying not to. But they just have a bunch of young players. Porzingis, he's an ISO player, and he'll be coming back midway through the season, just before the midway mark. And watching players like Kevin Knox, Trae Young.
I mean, if you're a New York fan, you probably have been sucking it up the last few seasons, have been crying. But now Joakim is not even on the team.
Oh my god, I got so happy when I heard that news. And if you saw our Instagram page, he said, where would he go? I don't know where he'd go. I don't know who wants Joakim Noah. He fell off as soon as we signed him with that
the only
big
team
contract.
I could think of signing him is the Warriors for the minimum.
Yeah, for real. They might. You never know.
I mean, they could use a backup center. Or actually, nah.
Not even.
Not really.
Yeah,
Jordan Bell.
Yeah, he's
fine.
doing good. Yeah, and
The Rockets could use a backup center though. I don't know if I'd want Noah, but
yeah, I don't think you want Noah.
Yeah,
Trust
probably
me,
not.
I watched him.
But
play.
like just in case of emergency,
nah,
like,
not even
for them, like literally the bare minimum.
Nah, forget Jakeem Noah.
I mean, yesterday we got destroyed because we literally had no backup center. I don't know why Nene wasn't playing, but so Joakim just fouled the other team's center and then leave the game. It's fine.
Yeah, but besides that, you got Tim Hardaway Jr. He's so fun to watch. He's very electrifying. He scored 31 points in his first game. And then you got players like Enes Kanter who drop double-doubles. He'll catch the lobs and the alley-oops. And Trey Burke, you know he's the younger AI in a way, right, Sean?
Trey Burke.
He got the corner.
So funny. When we first came out of college from Michigan, people thought he was the next, like, Chris Paul.
I know. But, like... I believe he dropped 15 in the first game as well. But
it's cool now. He might actually be a decent sixth man in the future.
Yeah, no, he will. He'll be a decent.
Like Shabazz Napier.
Yeah, I think he'll be better. Besides the Lakers and my Knicks, any other teams you have in mind?
The Warriors are always a fun team to watch.
Because they'll just put up a lot.
Yeah, because they're probably the most talented team that you'll ever see.
For sure,
you'll ever be able to watch.
The best, yeah,
in the NBA in your lifetime, and yeah, they play a style of play that's like completely team based, even with all that talent.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
If you're a passionate NBA fan, you definitely hate them.
Yeah,
because
you should hate them unless you're a bandwagon.
Or if you're just like a terrible team, you're like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because if you're like root for the Rockets or root for just like a decent team like the Thunder, then you definitely hate them.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I forgot to mention this, the Suns. I really love Devin Booker over there in Phoenix.
Yeah, if you're staying up late and want to watch any West Coast games.
Yeah, those
or if you're on the West Coast.
Yeah, if you're on the West Coast, you should definitely watch the Suns. I love Devin Booker. I think he's really a great player. It just sucks that he's stuck there and doesn't get as much recognition as he should. And I just hope his career doesn't go to waste for that, because people should be watching him. He's a great player, and he'll put up a lot of points.
Yeah, that'll be something interesting to watch, him and Ayton.
Yeah.
Because Ayton looks like a monster, so
he does.
That could be the next.
That could be a good combo right there.
Yeah, and they'll definitely be putting up amazing numbers on the Suns.
Yeah, for real.
The only one's touching the ball.
Facts. Ayton, he had 18, and then Devin Booker dropped 35. So that's just a little preview of what the rest of the season could hold for those two and Phoenix. Not that they're good, but entertainment-wise.
Another team you could watch, but I don't know. I'm kind of mixed about this. The Rockets, I mean, if you like watching just individual greatness, watch the Rockets. Just
James
because,
Harden,
just because
and Chris Paul.
You want to watch them just breaking people's ankles and shooting step-back threes.
So,
but that'd be the only.
That's awesome.
It's complete, like it's super slow, and it can be boring. But if you just love watching like one player dominate,
then that's the game.
That's the game.
And on the other hand, if you want to see a team, a fast-paced team, besides the Warriors, the Celtics.
Yeah, the Celtics
are a really good team to watch.
And they're another team that plays completely team-based, like lots of passing, unselfishness.
Yeah, they're just on the rise. Their players are younger and getting better talent every year. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kyrie,
they're 1 through
Hayward.
10 deep. Like any of their 10 best players are
can
important
play
in their rotation.
Yeah, and win a game. Serviceable. Yeah, they're insane, and they're so athletic too.
Yeah, especially with Tatum and Brown.
Oh man,
even Hayward once he gets
he's not even back yet. He's not even
still getting used to it.
Yeah, he's still coming back from his injury in a way, even though he's playing, obviously, but you can't just hop in 100%.
It'll be really interesting if they try to do like something crazy and don't have Horford at center, or just like put Tatum or like a wing as a center and just go super small for a second.
Man.
And just like Tatum, Brown,
It'd be so fun.
Hayward,
Awesome.
Kyrie, and like Terry Rozier, and just
That'd be awesome.
just no one above 6'10", and no one above like 220 pounds, but then try to score like 50 points in one quarter or something.
And they could. Like, honestly, they really could.
Yeah, Celtics are gonna win so many games. They play in the East. Their team is like close to the Warriors level, and they play in the East. They could win. They probably win 60 games this year.
Yeah, for real. And yeah, I'm still heartbroken about them and the Rockets not playing in the finals last year.
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, that sucks.
The East is so bad though. The Knicks might actually they have a chance.
Yeah, honestly, if
So
you
wide
want
open.
for a sec, if you want to talk about that, they really might. If they could hold their own without Porzingis, and then get him, and then players like Kevin Knox developing.
Basically, if they don't lose every game before Porzingis comes,
They're 1-0, Sean. Come on now.
Basically, if they don't lose most of their games, or like a lot before Porzingis comes back, they really have a chance. They don't even need to go even to make the playoffs in the East.
Yeah, for real, they really don't. It's just a completely different league almost in the East compared to the West.
3 top teams and then
garbage.
Yeah, then garbage. Maybe Pacers and Bucks are decent, and then everything else is just
it's just
garbage.
They could easily sneak in for an 8th seed in my mind.
Yeah, that would probably be hype. That might actually. You guys
That'd be
should be
awesome.
going for that, because then maybe Jimmy Butler would be like, it's time to join.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, exactly. If he holds on.
Yeah, if you're a bad East team right now, don't try to be tanking.
Yeah.
Go for it all.
You want Jimmy Butler
the 8th
to yell at
seed.
your players and
Get the A seed and then convince a free agent that
I'm
you can
telling
win
you.
with them.
I'm telling you,
And they get to play in the East.
if
they come
Kyrie
there.
doesn't go to the Celtics next offseason,
Well,
he's
yeah,
going
he
to
said,
the Knicks.
the thing is, people kept saying that he definitely isn't, or like he's going to be considering other places.
But he said,
But he straight up told the fans that he's coming back.
yeah. That heart broke
Yeah,
my
that's-
heart. But I'm
crazy.
saying if he somehow
That's
doesn't,
bad for Butler.
he's going to the Knicks. Yeah, Butler needs Kyrie.
What do you think about Kevin Durant signing next year with the Knicks?
Is
If that's even
imagine
a possibility.
imagine if that's a possibility.
Here's the reasoning behind this. Because if you're KD,
You won your rings. You got your rings.
yeah, you got your rings on the Warriors, but no one's gonna give you as much credit for that.
Oh
because you
yeah,
just joined.
you're never going to be in the
So
category.
you could do the reverse and just join a crap team.
Yeah.
And if you make the Knicks win, then
Then you could
you'd
start being
you'd start being
compared
like
to,
in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, like LeBron, Kobe. Like, honestly, KD, he could easily be in that talk of like LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. I believe he can be.
Yeah.
He's just an all-around player. And a lot of people saying he's going to take over the league.
He's so good. It's just
The only
that
reason
move
why-
was so.
The only reason why,
trash.
yeah, so bad. It ruined his career. It really
Well,
did.
I mean, the problem is that like big national media still is trying to push him as this next big thing, even though he won his rings on the Warriors.
Yeah, he got his, yes.
Like for the fans, they definitely
exactly. Like, he
like
was
they
gonna
definitely
be
would
the
view him
next
as a
big
lower,
thing.
but like people are still trying to push him. But I don't know, because
But-
Kevin Durant's such a pansy. I don't know if he's going to want to challenge.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, all he cares about is what people say.
Yeah,
So
he does.
He might be like
That's
peer
his-
pressured
yeah.
into joining the Knicks.
He might. It's not. Listen,
so
they're
happy.
a bottom half team in the NBA, and he could.
And they're in New York. So
It's New
if he
York.
wins, it's the
you
biggest
get all
thing.
that attention, exactly. And if you do good there, these New York fans, they chanted MVP for Michael Beasley last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone could get the MVP chant. If you're KD, you drop 41 game. These fans will go hardcore for you to be considered in that GOAT conversation.
Really quick, because we got to start wrapping it up. Who do you got for MVP? Anthony Davis or Giannis?
And
Or
just,
neither?
just by the way, no, in my opinion, it's one of those two. I believe it could. a third guy could step in, like maybe LeBron, maybe Harden. I mean, they're both great players, but between Anthony Davis and Giannis, I might have to say Giannis. I love Anthony Davis, and by the way, they both put up amazing stats.
You think the Bucks are going to be good enough?
Probably not. Which will
if
hurt.
Giannis has an MVP season, though, you'd think that the Bucks might like sneak up on some people and do a little bit better.
Yeah, that's true as well. Giannis.
They already won their first game.
Yeah, they did, and he put up great numbers too. He almost had 30 points.
He really has the opportunity because, like we've always going to be saying, the East is bad. So if he just beats up on those teams,
yeah, for real, he really should. He should take advantage of that, and he's, in my mind, one of the most athletic players in the league. He jumped over
2 steps from the 3-point line.
Yeah, he jumped over Tim Hardaway last year and dunked it. Like, that's insane. That just shows.
He's just an all-around beast. Gets rebounds, plays godly defense.
Yeah, defense as well.
Gets assists too. Good passing.
Yeah. So do you agree with that, or you think?
I could say that. I mean, I picked LeBron as my pick from before, so I gotta stick with it for now.
Yeah. But between them two, you think Giannis has the better chance, or you think?
Yeah,
Anthony Davis?
I think that's true. Just because Anthony Davis is going to get pushed, like he's already, even after the first game, he's getting pushed like crazy. But the Pelicans, they're in the West, and they do have a chance to be a top 3 seed because Anthony Davis looks like he's tired of losing and is just trying to win basically every game. But it's still going to be a much tougher path than the Bucks, who are in the East.
Yeah, for sure. And that impacts it so much, that like who you're playing. And LeBron, even now, he's moving from the East to the West. He's also playing that tough competition.
But even then, I mean, if all those like MVP candidates are on mediocre teams, one of them's still gonna win just because they're not gonna vote for like Kevin Durant again or James Harden.
Nah, they're gonna try to not do that, and I wouldn't personally either, to be honest.
Yeah, so they just give it to some mediocre team if that happens.
Yeah, and Anthony Davis was right up there last year to win MVP.
Yeah, it could be his year.
It could be.
He looks like a beast. And then, last thing is finals predictions.
Finals predictions. I don't know. Who do you have in the East right now? I kind of want to hear what you have.
The East, I definitely picked the Celtics. I mean,
behind them, like top three.
The Raptors, they have a chance.
With Kawhi?
Yeah, with Kawhi. Kawhi's, he's looking good so far. And their bench is amazing. But the Celtics are just so stacked.
They're
just 1 through 10. It's not even just the starters. Because you look at the starters, and it's like, the starters are the East All-Stars. But then you look at their bench, and it's like they still have one of the best benches in the league.
Yeah, they're top 3 in the league, for sure, in my mind.
So, for now, I'm picking the Celtics. And then, in the West...
This pains you, doesn't it?
Nah, psych. We're going to go homer and pick the Rockets.
Oh, no, Sean. Oh, no, it's the Warriors.
We're going to trade for Jimmy Butler, or we're going to get another wing. Maybe the Knicks can trade us Courtney Lee, or the Hawks can trade us Kent Bazemore. We're going for it all this year.
They're going for it all,
We gotta win
guys.
it this year. Otherwise, it's just depression for me. So we gotta win.
Nah. I think the Warriors remain up top and at number 1. Like, when KD came in, like, we didn't know if, like, there was going to be, like, 2 players, like, hogging the ball, but they're working as a team with the best players in the league, which is insane in my mind. And don't get me wrong, the Rockets are amazing. I think they're top 3 as well. Them, Celtics, and the Warriors are all up there.
Warriors Celtics will be a 7-game series.
If it came, well, yeah, that most likely will happen. I believe it will be a 7-game series, to be honest with you.
I think so too. The NBA would definitely want a competitive finals for once.
Yeah, no, I really think. Honestly, I think the Celtics go 7 games with any team from the West if they were to play in the championship, because the other teams making it would be like the Rockets. That's all. That's another 7-game series. Very even teams.
Yeah, I think the same. All right, I think that's going to do it for this episode.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of things. Very excited for the season.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Knicks are making the playoffs.
Heard it here first. The Rockets aren't going to be trashed despite getting their buckets last night.
Expect bounce backs. Yep, that is it for this podcast. Sean, you want to close it out for us?
Yeah, follow us at Tinizen Podcast on Instagram. And listen to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher,
YouTube,
iTunes, whatever's convenient for you. We're gonna, since it's the start of the season, so we're coming out consistent.
We're coming out every day. Follow us on Instagram. We'll be posting daily. We'll be asking you guys questions, showing who's doing what.
Yeah, we'll be trying to get an episode out every week. Bare minimum 2 weeks, but from now on, it's pretty much every week because this is the big time.
It's grind time. It should be a fun season, Sean. Yeah. I'm excited. Are you?
I'm excited, but in the end, I'm not going to be excited because the Warriors are going to win.
Come on, don't say that now.
Yeah, now's the time to be hopeful.
Yep. All right.
Peace out.
Peace.